All right. Thank you for your patience. We are experiencing some technical difficulties here on the on this side of the world. It is nice to see you. Welcome to another JK Deal Reveal. Let's get started.
Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep chasing the sunshine and go out and play. Oh, sorry. Oh, McKinley.
This is not getting any easier. So, JK team, if I do pop in and out, I'm going to do my best to solve it on this side. But if we can, just have a nice discussion. We have Nancy and McKinley on the line with us today, our guest speakers. And I don't know if you missed my intro. One deal will be revealed, and we have two guest speakers, and we'll have three deals for you to take action on this evening. So let's make sure that our special guest speakers have permissions to talk and do what they need to do. And before we get started, I'm going to let you know there's going to be a giveaway this evening. And Janie, it was actually just her birthday last weekend. And so Janie wasn't able to be here for tonight's deal reveal, but she did record a little something special for you. So let's go take a look at what Janie has got in store for us. And yes, it has to do with the All You Can Learn Pass.
Hey everyone, hope you are fantastic. I cannot be with you live tonight because I have a private dance lesson at 7 p.m. downtown Montreal. I'm excited to be here. But I just want to leave you with this because we do have a fantastic deal reveal for you today. It was my birthday on Sunday and I am offering a pretty big discount on the All You Can Learn Pass. What's the All You Can Learn Pass? It's basically everything that you need to get started in US real estate. We offer you over 30 programs. You're going to have access to 5 mentorship calls, one-on-one calls with our team. You're going to have access to 4 mastery group coaching calls. You're going to have access to bi-monthly Q&A calls. And obviously, you're going to have access to the Deal Butler and to WeMind renovations. So I am so excited for all of you that are interested in doing this right and starting US real estate investing the right way from a solid foundation for half the price and double the returns. This is it. So I'm offering a $1,111 discount this week for you. So if you're at all interested, go to our programs page, jkrealestatepartners.com, find the programs page, All You Can Learn Pass. It's right there for you. The discount is there. Just go ahead. If you need a payment plan, by all means, just reach out to info@jkrealestatepartners.com and we will gladly create something that works for you. Without further ado, I'm turning back the camera to Kyle for this incredible evening of the deal reveal. Bye, everyone.
And there she is, Janie with us, always in spirit at the very least. And so let's make sure that our guest speakers, McKinley and Nancy, go on up. You should be able to open up your cameras at this point. Last week, when we were on, we featured 7 slices of a pizza pie And we just got to let you know that these are real deals. These 7 deals closed yesterday. So somebody wanted these deals and somebody got these deals, and that's how fast it can go. So that's super, super, super exciting. And so today, Nancy, it's nice to see you. Nancy is on, and so is McKinley. And why are these two people maybe how are these people connected? Well, Nancy joined the deal reveal. How long ago now? It's been a little over a month ago. You were on a deal reveal. McKinley was on that deal reveal showing us one of his deals. Nancy said, "Hey, I'm interested." And so, Nancy, where are you right now in your U.S. real estate journey?
So I purchased my first property through McKinley and headed down over to Cleveland now to do the deal reveal. And yeah, that's just closed on Tuesday.
Closed this week on Tuesday. Yep. Thanks to McKinley and the deal reveal. Congratulations, Nancy. And there's McKinley. Wonderful.
Hey.
All the smiles around the room. We got the hands going up. Congratulations, Nancy. What do you like best about this deal? Let's start there, maybe.
So initially it was going to be a cash deal. And then there were some things that came up with the property and then with the seller. So the deal butler got involved with McKinley, and it became a sub 2 deal. So a lot less money to put into it. And it also is not a big renovation as well. That was what I was looking for as well, was a small renovation for my first one.
I love it. And sub 2, what does that mean for those of you who, for those who are listening who don't know what that means?
It's when there's a mortgage on the property or a loan, then you purchase it subject to, I don't know how you actually say it, but it's subject to the mortgage. So you're buying the property with the mortgage still existing, but it's in the seller's name, financing. So you're making the payments. Mm-hmm. What was that?
That's right. So built-in financing, the mortgage the seller had is now basically the mortgage Nancy has. And this mortgage was 24 years into a 30-year amortization cycle, and then she just jumps in, is going to finish off that mortgage over the next 6 years. And so for those of you who understand that, how much interest is Nancy going to pay on those mortgage payments, right? Hardly anything, all right? Even though it is technically about a 7.2% mortgage officially?
Yeah, something around that, yeah.
But we're in the final chapter of that mortgage. So effectively, it is under a 3% mortgage.
Yeah.
It's just picking up. Every payment is going basically all to principal, which is just fantastic. So yeah, so when Nancy told me she was going to do this deal reveal, and McKinley and I talk, and I got to understand the story, and I learned this piece of information. Well, I'm not wearing my deal butler suit today, but it's not far away, because the deal butler, he just could not resist taking on this beautifully creative opportunity to go in with much less capital and pay so much less interest. That is going to be a free and clear property in 6 years, Nancy.
Yep.
Amazing. McKinley, what do you like most about this deal that Nancy purchased?
Well, can you hear me, first of all?
Yep, we hear you loud and clear. Nancy,
finally see you and see your face. We've been talking all this time, but you're just as beautiful as I imagined.
A charmer. I love it.
So the main thing I like about any deal that I get involved in is it's a win-win situation. We got to help out an elderly woman who had a mortgage. She actually moved out of the property, and she's has an apartment. So I went and picked up the keys from her yesterday. And then so I have the keys for you tomorrow. I know we're going to meet tomorrow, Nancy. And she was just so ecstatic that we were able to help her out so she doesn't have to pay this mortgage anymore and her apartment. And then it's a good deal, as you explained, for Nancy also. Mm-hmm. And of course, we help. So, it's a good deal for everybody.
I love that.
So the lady, she's like going on 80 years old, and she was just so ecstatic. When I picked up the keys from her yesterday, she gave me a little thank you card. I want to read it to you guys. This is just so sweet.
This is awesome. I had no idea, by the way. Thanks, McKinley, for sharing this.
Yes, the thank you card. It's really nice. Says, thanks much for your help through all of this, because we did have to go through quite a bit to talk with the lenders and the city and all this type of stuff. Thank you, Charlene. That's her name, Charlene. Just sweet and simple. I just thought I'd share that with you guys. Nice thank you card. And this means the most to me, just helping people. You know, of course, we got to help ourselves too, but still just helping people, and people appreciate it. And, you know, we get to build wealth together.
Beautiful. Oh boy, I love it. Helping people through real estate on every side of this transaction. Everybody wins and leaves with a smile. This seller was walking away, zero profit. And along the way, like originally we had a first number that she agreed to, and that first number, after all the numbers were crunched, she was actually going to have to pay to sell this property. She was underwater, right? That's the position she was in. And then with a little bit of creative, acumen, we were able to say, how about we give you a few $1,000 and structure it differently so that everybody wins. She actually walked away from this sale, which she was going to lose on. She would have to pay to sell. She actually did make a profit from this transaction, and Nancy jumped into a mortgage that no one can go to a bank and get. No one. So congratulations. Really, really exciting things. Nancy, you're in Cleveland now?
No, not yet. 2 hours away.
2 hours away. Okay, you're just about.
Yeah.
And so what would be your biggest takeaway from this experience? It's your first in the US, well, in Cleveland. And so what's your biggest takeaway from this experience?
I think just the support from you, McKinley, and then my two JK friends, Lori and Isabel. They were good sounding board. So just the community in general. And then that was really what it was. And learning about this creative, because it's one thing to learn by reading and taking the courses, and then it's another to actually do it.
Yes.
It is. You do have to bridge the theory to practice, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And speaking of the community, and speaking of Isabel is most likely going to be joining us next week. If it's not next week, it'll be the week after, because she's lining up her closing as well. So we'll want to feature her deal on the deal reveal. And next week, I think we are going to have 3 or 4 deal reveals from more community members. All right. Our community are popping out deals, and it's all thanks to action takers like Nancy, deal finders like McKinley, and the entire community and support system that we've been working so hard to build over these last 5 years. But this is so powerful and so beautiful. So thank you, everybody involved. Thank you, Nancy, McKinley, the JK team behind the scenes. So just a big, big thank you. This is my thank you card happening right here for all of you.
Thank you. Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you, guys.
Glad we were able to help.
100%. So if you have more words, go right ahead. If not, you can just listen into the rest of the call, because McKinley's got more deals for us and more sales to make.
All right, thanks.
Thank you. Excellent. So how about them apples? So McKinley, 1 down, 7 down, another down, just rolling them out.
I missed you talking about the 7s. You talked about the condos already?
Really quick, if you have more words, I basically said we were on last week and they closed yesterday. So that's how fast these good deals happen. So if anybody listening is interested, they won't be here next month, right? It's these are the opportunities. They're real opportunities, and it's action takers who get them.
Yes. So basically, we had the 7 condos on the deal reveal last week, and there were 7 condos. Only 3 of them needed a little bit of work. 4 of them were in excellent condition. All of them had tenants except for 1, already cash flowing. And we were able, I told everybody if they move fast, they'd get a special price.
Yeah.
Nobody from JK's deal reveal moved fast enough. So an outside buyer came in and stole the show. Man. Do you have a sound effect? Wah, 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 wah.
Right. We'll do better. We'll do better next time.
That's
Give us another chance.
But like you said, we're back with more. We're going to bring you more and more and more. There's always deals. There's always a deal to be made, and there's plenty of properties, plenty of equity in a lot of properties that we bring to the table. A lot of opportunities.
I
So
love it. I
that
love
deal went by. It closed actually yesterday, just within a week. I mean, this guy was serious. It was an investor who already had properties in that area,
it.
in Maple Heights suburb of Cleveland, Ohio. So he was just ready to go. And it
Love
was
it.
just, it was a wonderful thing.
And so let that be a lesson to people who are still hemming and hawing. Like, do I get the deal first? Do I set up my entities? Do I set up my structure? Like, what do I do first? Basically, and I go through this in the Start Your Real Estate Business in 3 Weeks course, right? If you haven't checked out what the gurus don't tell you, I go in there and I basically say module one is do your due diligence, find the people you want to surround yourself with, and take a decision. Make a decision. If you've decided that you're going to do real estate, set up those entities, get ready so that when a deal like that appears, you're ready to move. There's not, oh, but now I got to do this. I got to file the paperwork, got to get the EIN number, got to open up the bank account. And you can navigate all those, but like just get yourself set as soon as you've decided to do this business. And then after that, it's just about encountering the right opportunity and pulling that trigger. So excellent. So McKinley, you've got more deals for us. I believe you have 3, maybe 5. I know you threw that in at the last minute there for me. I don't know if it's from the same seller or from a different seller, but I know there's 3 from the same seller. So maybe we start with those ones.
Yeah, it's 3 from the same seller. We also have 2 more that I threw in there at the last minute that are also from the same seller.
Okay.
Different seller, not the same seller. So you got
Gotcha.
one seller that has 3 and one seller that has 2.
Beautiful.
Well,
All right. So you can give us the highlights.
all right, the highlights are the 3 properties are 3 singles, not too far from each other, around the same area, and they're all 2 of them are vacant, and one of them has has a tenant in there. They're not paying what they should be paying as a tenant, because you'll find out a lot of these sellers, if they don't have a tenant in there, they'd rather just get somebody in there real quick. But they don't understand that when you rent it low, you know what I'm saying, you're not gonna really get the top best dollar. So that's why it's a package deal. He understands that now. That's when they need a little coaching from people like me and Kyle when we get involved. So you got one that has a tenant that is paying, I think, like $800 a month plus water and sewer. It's a 3-bedroom property, and it's in the 44120 area. So it's like borderline Shaker. It's almost Shaker schools, but it's Cleveland schools, but it's borderline Shaker suburb. 44120 is a sought after area. When I get a buy box from different investors, 44120 is usually in their buy box description area from Cleveland. And it's like I said, it's 3 bedrooms. It needs some work. I think it's going to need a roof. It's not leaking, but it's going to need a roof. It has a garage. I would say tear that down. Other than that, it's just minor cosmetics on the inside. Again, there's a tenant in there paying $800 a month plus water and sewer. And the other one is in a decent area. It's called the Lee Miles area for anybody who knows about Cleveland too. That's usually a 44128 area code, and that is usually also in the buy box of most investors who do their due diligence about Cleveland. So it's a 44128 area code, and it's actually called Ward 1. I actually grew up in this ward.
Okay.
And my uncle still lives there. One of my best friends is the councilman of that ward. And this one is vacant, just recently vacant. There was a tenant in there, and she just left out. So it's vacant, and just need minor cosmetics too. I would say the roof, they patched it, but I would say change the roof. Simply just so if you buy it, you get in there, you got everything taken care of. You don't have to worry about any deferred maintenance. So the roof, other than that, is minor patching and painting. There's some moisture in the basement in the corner, but I think that's coming from the sub pump area. And you fix that, man. I think that's a minor fix, really. Other than that, it's minor cosmetics. You guys will see the pictures and everything that we sent.
That's another 3-bedroom?
It's a 3-bedroom. The pictures I sent were when the tenant was in there. I do have some recent pictures of vacant pictures I could send you guys also.
Beautiful. So we got two 3-bedrooms. Just a little recap so far because it's a lot of data. 2 3-bedrooms so far. They were renting around the 800, but now you'd at least get 1,000 and maybe 12, 13 off a Section 8 3-bedroom. Would you stand behind those numbers, McKinley?
Exactly. Here's the beauty about Cleveland right now, and just Section 8 period. I don't know if it's everywhere, but it's kind of a game changer a little bit because it's just making it good for the investors. Section 8 has went up. Usually 3-bedroom, the max Section 8 would have paid is about maybe 1,000, 1,100. But right now it's like $1,300, $1,400 a month.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's for a 3-bedroom. Now, if you get 4 or 5 bedrooms, you can get up to $1,500 to $1,800 a month. In some cases, $2,000. Section 8. That's what I'm being told right now by a couple of Section 8 specialists that I work with.
Yep.
So,
and of course, if you're paying $300,000 for a really top of the line West Side property, well, it's not all that exciting to make $1,500. But if you're on the East Side and you're sub 100,000 all in for these properties, and it's kicking off, 12, 1,500. Wow, these are interesting numbers. Okay.
That's what makes the East Side real attractive right now for investors. It's kind of changed the game and flipped the script a little bit.
Yep.
So I still love West Side, but West Side tends to be a little bit more expensive. East Side is if you're into taking a little bit more risk but getting more reward, and that right there I think is your market. They call me the East Side King for some reason.
I like it. I'll be the East Side Jester so long as we make deals happen. I'm okay with that. All right, so those are the 2 first deals. What about the third one? And then we can talk about the 2 golden rules.
All right, so the first one is on a street called 147th. The other one is a street called 144th. They're within about 7-8 minutes from each other. And the other one is in between those two. Little tougher neighbor, just a slight tougher neighborhood, but it's on 131st. It's close to 44120 and 44128, but I believe it's 44105, which happens to be another area code that's in some investors' buy box, even though it's a little tougher neighborhood. That one it's a little strangely built, but I will say it could be 3 bedrooms, maybe 4. Technically, I would say 2, but it could be 3 or 4 because there's an upstairs where you got to walk into one room to get to the other. It's a tandem room. Downstairs, there's a bedroom on the first floor, but there's also a living room and a dining room. Sometimes people would separate the living room if they need more bedrooms and wall it off and make it another bedroom. So that's why I say that. Now it has a full bath downstairs on the first floor, and it's kind of strange when I see the pictures. We opened up a closet and there was a toilet in there. So
you gotta go.
With no, this is like a toilet with you know how you open up a closet, a room, and it's unfinished. It's
right.
really, it's like an unfinished closet with a toilet in here with no insulation. So in the wintertime, I don't know how they use the bathroom.
It's connected. It's
connected.
No, everything.
It's a functioning toilet.
Wow. Okay.
Now you get the full picture.
Yeah, it's an en suite. Yeah,
yeah. And there's actually a kitchen in the room that you got to walk into there. So there's a sink and a toilet in the closet. So it could be some type of strange efficiency if you really wanted it. On the second floor. So All three of those.
So that's technically a 2, but seems pretty easy to make it a 3 bedroom, maybe a 4 with a little bit of creative imagination and some wall moving, because the 2 to 3 gap is huge. A 2 bedroom on Section 8 and jumping to a 3 bedroom, like I would consider putting up a wall, making sure there's a window and heating and lighting and a separate entrance. Like making an official 3rd bedroom makes a huge difference in the Section 8 rental. And it will make a difference also in your comparables. So what you can comp it out at, what an appraisal will come out at adding a 3rd bedroom will make a difference. And so let's just say that all 3 are going to be 3 bedrooms by the end of it. So what would you say the value of these 3 properties are, the ARV for the package, and then what is the price the price tag if someone were to pick up all 3?
Okay, so the one on 144th, these values aren't super high. I would say mostly a buy and hold, but you could, but I would say, but it's the strategy would be a buy and hold or a buy and hold for some time and then sell it off if you wanted to. So I'm thinking 144th, I would say anywhere from 60 to 75, maybe. ARV, I would say 147th, a little higher, maybe 80 to 90, maybe even more. That one's a little, I would have to, it's a little tricky because you borderline Cleveland shaker. So that's a little tricky. You're right. We would have to dig on the comps and get some, I would say a BPO. That's called a broker's price opinion from a realtor. And they can give you some actual comps. And then the other one, I would say anywhere, it's kind of like 144. It's on 100 and like 28th in Leonard Crave. So it's right off 131st. It would probably hit about 60 to 70 also. So what we looking at right there? We got, we're looking at about 70, 75, 80.
I just put them in the chat there as well. So on the low end, we'd be at 210. On the high end, we'd be at almost 250.
Okay.
240. Yeah, 210 to 240 is kind of what we just put on the table there as an ARV.
All right. So we were asking 150 for all 3. But as I mentioned last week, if you guys will move quick, we will give you a special deal. And that will not be on Deal Reveal. You will have to call us and dig in for that one. They need some cosmetic. I would say the one that needs the most work, maybe the one on Leonard Crave. That's like 130 off 131st area. And I would say it needs about maybe 20 into 15 to 20. The roof is
just the roof is going to eat up 10 out of that, right? So
yeah, the roof on that one don't seem too bad. That's the ones I think that really would need a roof would be East 144th and East 147th. But here's the thing: they're like not big houses, so I don't think 8 to 10. I'm thinking more like 5 to 6, maybe 5 to 7 a piece, maybe even lower than that. Actually, the one on 147th, half of the roof actually is good, so you probably only need to do half.
Gotcha.
So you might be able to get away with $3,000, $4,000 or something like that with that one. So I would say the one needs 20, the other 2 probably need anywhere from 10 to 15 in repair.
Cool. So 150, maybe even a bigger discount if all 3 are being purchased. Let's just put around number 20K per property, just to be conservative. You never know what's going to happen. So it looks like we are buying at a discount. How much of a discount, to be verified, but we do have our first golden rule. Keep in mind these are lower priced valued properties, so it is harder, especially that they do need work. It is harder to get those big discounts, from purchase. It is difficult to get 30% or $30,000 off when the property is only worth 80,000, right? But from a cash flow perspective, since the price point is so low, do you think these are cash flowing, right? If you're all in, what would be the numbers? It would be 50, let's say 45 or 45, 50K per property that you buy, you put in 20. That means you're all in for 65 to 70. and they're bringing in $1,200 a month. Is that cash flow in your mind?
Minimum. So basically, you all in at what? What are we saying here? We're all in. All
65,
three
70 is
properties?
what it seems.
Total, all three. What would that total be?
Times 3. So 195 to 210.
All right. And then you bringing in minimum about 1,200 each, 1,200 a piece.
Mhm.
So 3,600. Yeah, I think that's about maybe a 12 to 15% cap rate.
On single family homes, ladies and gentlemen. These are
Single
not duplexes, single family homes. And I really like the comment you put earlier, McKinley. You said the play here is to buy and hold, or buy and hold and then sell it a little bit later, right? So, and I would agree with you on these ones because of the lower price property. These are the perfect rent to own opportunities, right? These
Mhm.
price points are not super, super high. So this can be someone's first property very, very easily. So when you're looking for that tenant, you can filter, you can scout, hey, are you interested in home ownership at some point in the next 2, 3 years? If so, we are open to putting a rent to own agreement in place. And what does that do? You can put even higher rents, right? You can put a non-refundable lease option deposit. And whether they do buy or not, it's non-refundable. I mean, you get to write the rules. It's a whole different strategy, but McKinley, you're dying to say something. Go ahead.
No, because you just hit it right on the head. It's such a good deal if you do it that way, rent to own. Because listen, you could structure the deal where the tenant is responsible not only for the water and sewer, but they could be responsible for the taxes and even possibly the insurance. So you're really not having no expenses.
And repair and maintenance. You can write it right up in there that they're responsible for pretty much all repairs and maintenance. They are wanting to buy this place. They are going to have the pride of ownership, and you can write it that any repairs under $500 is on them. Like in
Right.
your lease agreement, you can write that, right? If they agree to the terms of this lease and option to buy, you're golden. You're golden. And I just learned this last night at the Greater Cleveland University course. But why not let them, these tenants, let them have big dogs, let them have a bunch of cats, You're going to attract, you're going to offer terms that are so sexy that they will pay higher rent. They will pay higher non-refundable lease option deposits. You will find better tenants that do take care and won't complain. If their cats do pee on the carpet, well, they'll clean it up, and they're living there. They're going to buy that house. It's on them.
Even if they're not higher rent, you got to keep in mind if you structure it where they're responsible for the taxes and the water and the insurance, you're not really having any expenses, so your returns are much higher. And then you're having them putting $5,000 to $10,000 down, so they got skin in the game. So they're going to take care of the property because they don't want to lose it. You would hope they would be smart
Yep.
enough to do that.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I love it. So a couple of exit strategies on this one. Cash flow, and just real quick, the 1% rule, right? If you're paying 70,000 for a property that's bringing in 12, that's almost the 2% rule, right? That is extremely powerful cash flow. So, the 1% rule would be $700 a month for a $70,000 property. We're at 1,200, right? 1,400 would be 2%, but we're at 1,200, just a little short of the 2% rule. Very strong cash flowing numbers here. So I think we beat this one pretty hard there, McKinley. I think we might have a good deal on our hand, or a thruple of deals here. And so, any final words before people start flooding us in with their emails and their intentions to buy or put in an offer?
I think that's pretty much it. Because are we doing the other two or are we not?
I think that's good enough for today. They can join us next week for another 2 deals.
Well, you can reach out. We could reach out. The other two are two doubles, and in the urban neighborhood, but they're pretty good prices and really good returns. Need some work, but not no total rehab. So you guys can inquire about that too. We can send that to you. Other than that, the seller is ready to get rolling on these. We are too. Hopefully you are, and we don't want you to miss out like you did on the condos last week, because I'll guarantee you these will be gone soon.
Absolutely. This time next week, if everybody lines up their ducks, we'll have new deals, and those ones will be gone. That's the goal here. It's a conveyor belt of deals and opportunities, and sharing in our successes, our strategies, and yeah, and just doing now for tomorrow. That's what it's all about. So thank you so much, McKinley, once again for joining on the Deal Reveal, for providing us some amazing opportunities in Cleveland. And yeah, we'll see you maybe next week or in a couple weeks for sure.
Well, yeah, I'm seeing hearts, so look like people are happy here.
I think so. Absolutely. And McKinley, I will say, well, I'll say to everybody that McKinley will be joining us on our next Epic Bus Tour of Cleveland, which is May 11th and 12th. And so if you do want to meet McKinley in person, if you want to see some of his deals live, there are still spots. Now I think we're under 8 spots remaining for the bus tour already. And so we're excited to host you in Cleveland. So thank you again, McKinley.
Thank you.
Excelente. Perfect. Okay, so what do we have here? Let me just wrap up here. Perfect. So do we have a deal? I think there's something here. There's certainly a deal to be considered in tonight's deal reveal. As I mentioned, the Epic Bus Tour is coming, right? May 11th and 12th. If you want to just type this right in, jkrealestatepartners.com/bus tour, you can RSVP your spot. Less than 10 spots left, but I think we're even under that now. Maybe JK team who's on right now can just post in the comments how many spots are left at this point in time. We just launched our sports house in Cleveland the day before yesterday. Officially launched. We have our professional pictures. So we have the Guardians. We have a room for the Guardians. We have a room for the Cavaliers. We got a room for the Browns. So it's a sports themed short-term rental in Cleveland that we just launched, and we already blocked it off for you to see on your next visit in Cleveland. So we're going to go through the casino, the Underdog Casino, the sports house, and a couple of other of our themed properties for you to show you a whole different side of investing, which is the Airbnb model, which is very, very exciting for many reasons. There's many reasons people come to Cleveland. One that's happening just in about 2 weeks is the solar eclipse. Cleveland is in the path of total obscurity. Is that what they call total obscurity? So Cleveland is one of the hot spots in the U.S. where people are traveling to Cleveland to witness this event that happens only every 200 some years. And so very, very exciting for the short-term rental hosts in Cleveland if you have any next week. So the All You Can Learn Pass is another opportunity for you to learn all about this. Section 8, rent to own, mobile home parks, apartments, short-term rentals, everything that we've done over the years. We've created a course for every single strategy that we've used, and it's all in the All You Can Learn Pass. So if you're interested in that, Janie mentioned it at the beginning of the call. It was her birthday on Sunday, and so for this week, I think it's coming down on Sunday, if not Saturday. She slashed. She did not ask for permission from me. She just slashed the price by $1,111 for you to join the All You Can Learn Pass. So if you're interested in that, you can send us an email, info@jksrealestatepartners.com. What is the All You Can Learn Pass? On top of all of the giveaways, all the programs, you have some one-on-one coaching calls with the JK team. You've got some group coaching calls, some group Q&As. And the value proposition is we want you to have at least your first property in the next 6 months. So it's 6 months to results. It's a 6-month opportunity, and you will be supported until you get that first deal. So even if it takes you more than 6 months, we're going to continue supporting you until you get that first deal. But the goal here is for you to join and get at least your first property in the first 6 months, which includes setting up your entity, setting up the bank account, setting up the financing, everything. Just those 3 pieces can sometimes take 2 months, right? So 6 months to at least get everything and cross the finish line on your first deal. And like I said, we're throwing in as a bonus those 5 one-on-one coaching calls with JK team and 4 group coaching calls, which happen every Thursday. The group coaching calls happen every Thursday right after the deal reveal at 8. I jump onto another call with our group coaching clients, and we have a powwow and we do a mastermind, all of us together. So if the All You Can Learn Pass is of interest to you, www.jkrealestatepartners.ca/all-you-can-learn-pass with hyphens between all those words, just like on the screen here. jkrealestatepartners.ca/all-you-can-learn-pass. And we are very excited to have you part of the community. That's our deal reveal for you this evening. Have a great one, and we'll see you now for tomorrow.